Good morning. This is Kath from Hong Kong with my fork.
I love your fork. Are you having breakfast or something? Good morning. I'm Adrian in London.
Yeah, good morning. So, welcome to my morning face at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's just gone 1 5 past 1 in the morning here.
The kind of things we do for this podcast.
Exactly.
Why are we even up at this odd hour?
Well, you had some important news to share with us.
That's true. So, I did a thing. I actually did a thing yesterday prior to this recording. And the first person I told was Adrian. Surprise, surprise. So, I told everyone on our first podcast that I will trial for Team Hong Kong. And guess what? I signed up for the trial.
Fly the flag.
This is not. I know. I actually signed out. I filled in that Google form. I'm dead worried, I have to say. So it's not for the World Championship. It's for something slightly different. It's for the national games of China. So I would say, for those that's not as familiar, I would say that's quite similar to the Commonwealth Games. So big
It's a
times
big deal.
ahead of me.
It's a big deal, yes.
And Adrian, do you have plans as well? Can you share those plans?
Right now, what I can tell you is I signed up for the international race in Barcelona, which will be at the end of May. And in terms of flying the flag, I still need to think about it because I might just sign up for another trial.
Ooh, well, let's see. We'll check in with him again next time we record and see if he
We'll see where it goes.
Ripples dance where the sunrise bleeds. Our journey flows where the river leads. Echoes of laughter fill the air. Chatterpot secrets everywhere.
My name's Liza Avelino. I'm the founder of the all Filipino domestic helper team, the Filipino Dynamo dragon boat team. I started the team in 2018, but I've been here working since 1996.
1996. That's almost as old as me.
Yes.
I was going to say,
So, Lisa got hit when I was around 4 years old. That's around when I met my own helper.
before we do everything else, the concept of domestic helper is almost unknown outside Asia and the Middle East. Can you please explain a little bit for people who haven't grown up with a domestic helper, Kath? What does it mean?
Domestic helper, well, or according to, the way we apply the job, it's the all-around housework. Like a housemaid, you do all around, taking care of the kids, pets, make dinner, clean the house, do the shopping, and make sure everything's, all set for the family and make the family comfortable. And for the babies and for the kids, it's like a second parents for them. So big responsibility.
I have to agree on the second parent. My helper is like my mummy. I still see her like every other Sunday. Anyway, so, and can you explain to our listeners, like, you guys are not originally from the city. You traveled all the way from other parts of the world to come here. Can you tell us a little bit more on that?
Mhm. For my experience, this is my first time traveling abroad. When I arrived in Hong Kong in 1996, it's totally the first time I was away from home, like away from the country, away from my family, and away from it's totally a different culture, different kind of place. So it's a little bit kind of a little bit of a shock, but because of, lots of, everyone thinks around that time that, coming to Hong Kong and work as a domestic helper is like, the salary wise, and then you think, oh, it's a better place to go and work. and I can give a better future for the family. So at that time, it's a big thing. So everyone wants to come to Hong Kong, and I'm one of them.
If I understand it correctly, your working week is 6 days a week, isn't it?
Correct. Yes.
So
that's in the contract.
Where does paddling fit in all this?
Sunday, on our day off.
Your one day off, you spend it paddling with the team.
Yes.
What time do you guys usually start on the Sunday mornings?
We start, our call time is 8:30 in the morning. So we need to be at the site. So everyone from different places in Hong Kong, like I have teammates who come from Lantau Island, from Tai Po, Fanling, Stanley. So our training site is in Heng Fa Chun. That's close to Chai Wan, in the south side area of Hong Kong Island. So we have to gather together there on time at 8:30.
So I would say the person who's from Tai Po picked almost an hour and a half to get there.
Yes. Yes.
But it's a big.
They open the MTR.
Yeah, that's true.
They open the
There's
MTR.
the way to get there. You get there. But then it's a big commitment. You only have one day off in the week, and then work 6 days a week. And I remember my own helper. She wakes up at 6 o'clock to make breakfast for everyone. And she's working the whole day round the clock, and she doesn't go to bed until 9, 10 o'clock because I refuse to go to bed. And you working all day long, and you use your only one day off for paddling. You must really love it. What motivates you to do it every Sunday?
Well, it's our off anyway, and most of the girls usually gathered in the State Square in Central. Yes, that's the usual Sunday off. Like, you meet your friends. But then for others like me, I find it a little bit boring. I'm thinking, I only have one Sunday off. I want to make sure that it's worthwhile. I spend it wisely, either hitting the trails or going to the library or do something else. So there's so many things to offer. Hong Kong has so many things to offer the people here, like a lot of sports teams that you can join in. And I found that paddling I'm passionate about dragon boating.
Were you a paddler before starting the Filipino Dynamo?
No, I'm not. Actually, we don't do this in the Philippines because of it's quite far away from us, and it's not accessible. So in Hong Kong, I usually do first when I arrive. I experienced hanging out in State Square where all the helpers gather together on a Sunday. And then I realized that it's not for me. I want something else. So I went to the library and read books. I want to spend time there instead of being out in the sun or being in the cold during winter time. I'd rather find library as a safe place, like warm and warm in the winter, and kind of there's an air conditioner in the summer. So, and I love books. Then I finally found one book about the history of Hong Kong, about World War II. So it's a guided book, do-it-yourself walks, a guided book. And it has some part you can walk the city streets and find historical sites. And then I'm interested in the World War II old structures in Hong Kong. Then so I try the Wong Nai Chung Gap. That's like 45 minutes walk with guided. Everything's guided in the book. So I just followed it. I went. So one Sunday I left my friends and then went on my own and woke up. Went to Parkview and walked up the hill, and then I looked down and I saw the beautiful city of Hong Kong. I was just like, oh my God, there's a trail and it's safe. So from then on, I decided that, I follow all the guided walks in that book. And then I found out that, I love hiking. And I started hiking, and during dragon boat season, I was based in Discovery Bay in 1996 until I've been there 20 years in Discovery Bay. So I joined the group of local and Guaylo, expat team. So there's only one person from the domestic helper working as a domestic helper joined the team. So we train like five times for the one race in Discovery Bay. So just like very not very competitive, right? It's just like social team. So I join in. We train 5 times. We do the one race, and then after that, I'm off again. We don't see each other after a year, so I just more hiking for me. And then I found out that I want to do long distance hike. I did join the trail walker 2 times, the 100 kilometers, and then after that, after the 100 kilometers races, I decided I want to go up to the Himalayas to see the mountains. So that's the thing. So I did hiking and mountain climbing first, mostly my focus earlier before I started the Dragon Boat team. I went to the Himalayas, Everest Base Camp, and then I'm the only Filipino there. So they called me, "Oh, here comes the Filipino Dynamo." And then when I came back from the trip, and then my captain said for Dragon Boat, "Liza, you have lots of friends in, asking if they can join in. Why don't you just put up a team?" And I said, "Well, I don't know about that because I'm not sure. Commitment-wise, it's quite difficult for the girls to make commitment because I know it's only one day off and they're tired. They don't want to do it's quite, kind of, you need a very your strength to do the Dragon Boat thing. And I'm not sure if we will last for until the races because you need to commit your time to train." But they said, "Well, try." So I put up an ad on Facebook saying that any girls interested, can you just join us for a tryout? It's a big hit. There's 54 on the first year.
Wow.
54 in 2018 without any experience. They just want to hold a paddle. It was like a little bit crazy. So
It's
I called the
amazing.
team Filipino Dynamo because I think metaphorically, I think we're a dynamo working all day, as a cat said, from morning until 9 p.m. non-stop working. It's like a machine. So
Yeah,
that's
and
why
then
it's
the
called
seventh
the
day to
Filipino
be
Dynamo.
out on the water and training. Yeah, absolutely. What was the reaction among the girls when they turned up for the first time for training, for team selection? What we can't call it selection. It was basically the formation of the club.
They we are being a Filipino, we're surrounded with water, and then we're so used to people are like the sea, the fishermen holding a paddle, but it's not the real dragon boat paddle. But they know how to. It's just I think it's in what do you call
You're born with it.
automatic.
Filipino blood.
Yes, so we have that kind of hold the paddle and do that, but then we don't have the technique. So it's easy for us to hold the paddle, but then one factor as well is that they're scared of the water.
Oh
They
no.
don't know how. A lot of women don't know how to swim. So that's one of the challenges that I faced during the first training. When I posted on Facebook, I have the team, I have the girls, but we don't know training sites. We don't have access to travel boat, and we don't have a coach. I don't know what to do. So I was thinking, I'm based in Discovery Bay, so probably I can pay one race for the season. I just want to gather the girls and do one race. No matter, it doesn't matter if we gonna be way behind, as long as we try to represent the community. As I put up a team, we race. I think it's done. I think from then that was my goal. Only one race. But then a lot of people from the Dragon Boat community in Hong Kong heard about it, and a lot of people wanted to help out. So they said, "Oh, do you have a coach? We don't have one. Okay, let me find someone to volunteer. And then, do you know anyone who want to rent out a boat?" And said, "I don't know anyone." So okay, let's let's find some people or clubs, local clubs, who would like to host you. So that was it. It's like the action from me. Okay, I did it, and then everything just comes in to form together. I think it's just very impressive way of try to form it and then let it be. And we found a volunteer coach. We found a volunteer club, and we found someone from Stanley who facilitate with all this contact that people we can contact to do the races or and help out with sponsorship. We don't know. I said we don't have money. So if you want, I told the girls, if you want to do this race, you have to, chip in. So we have to chip in for the registration fee and training fee. And I think that's all we have to pay for the first year, training boat rental, because the steersman and the coach are volunteers. So we have volunteers from Hong Kong Royal Yacht Club, coach. We have volunteer from fire department. So we have volunteer from Stanley, Dragon Boat Association. So it's just like it's like a community gathering. I was kind of, oh my God, that's what I have started. But it was also very inspiring, very motivating for me. So the girls are happy. I thought, okay, 1 year. What to do next, and then and that's it. Any more questions? I think I just
you told the whole story. I mean, you stole all the questions from us.
How many members do you have now? Because you started at 53.
This season, we haven't started really. Last year we have 32, and this year, because it's the start of the season, January, they will decide end of this month if they want to continue racing with us. They need to pay the registration fee, which is not much compared to other teams. And I think some girls already made up their mind. We're gonna about like one standard boat. So we're excited.
Well, I'll be seeing you in races. Definitely you've got a boat out.
Depends on the availability of we're checking the dates of the races, because there's already a calendar, right? We're checking the dates, and if it falls on a Saturday, means we can't do it. We only do races that can be happening on a Sunday.
You started as a recreational club, as a community gathering. How difficult was the leap from leisure to competitive racing?
A lot of girls are not very fit, not physically fit. One thing is the fitness, and then another one is the commitment. I think if you don't have commitment, it's not gonna happen. You won't be able to learn, because we try to instill that passion and keep telling them, oh, this is we are like 200,000 domestic helper from the Philippines in Hong Kong, and that 200,000, during the Dragon Boat races in Stanley or the harbor, people there, Filipinos, are just on the sideline watching. What are you doing? You love to hold the trophy. What are you doing? Why are you not representing the community? We're able-bodied, we're strong compared to, if we have the proper training, we can be a very strong team. So I keep telling them, you're representing the Filipino community in Hong Kong, so might as well just be passionate about it. For at least while you're here, show them that it's for everyone. I think sports is also one of the way of showing the community, the local people that we're not just doing housework, we can do other things. So I think it's more on, for me, it's more on empowerment, and give them more confidence to join everything, not just being sidelined, or I'm just a domestic helper, I think I can do it. So it's just very limited. I don't want them to be limited by just our job. So it can be anything. So that kind of instilling them that kind of mindset, that it kind of build up, and then they just decided, okay, this is actually fun when we able to catch up with other boats. So like they're trying to, we experience them being left behind. And then they said, oh, our next goal is to at least tail them, at least very, very close. Okay, the next goal is going to be like halfway of the boat. And in there, we can be fast if we can do it, girls. So last year, it was a dream come true. We've been racing in Stanley, warm-up races, the end one, the small boats. We been doing that for 6 years. And last year, our team became champion there. Women's team. Yes. Yeah. It's a dream come true for 6 years. Yeah. So
you worked hard for it and you deserve it. Yes.
And I think you guys did really well in the Discovery Bay race, in the Women's Discovery Bay.
Well, I haven't met you there. I could have met you there. Which team were you?
I wasn't there. I was meant to go, but I was.
She's fresh to Hong Kong, fresh off the boat, as they say.
And then so my team went to the Discovery Day race, and we raced mixed. And then I saw Instagram. I was like, oh my God, the Filipino Dynamo got silver or something in the women's race. I was like, that is really, really impressive. So you did, because it's not like he said, it's not like just you go out on the boat on Sunday and that makes you strong. You have to keep yourself fit during the week. So what do you yourself or even your teammates, other girls, what do they do during the week to keep themselves fit?
It's just what's more impressive about the team is that we really started from scratch. We don't know anything about fitness. We don't have a coach. We don't have fitness coach. So they're trying to copy, and they go what we formed this committee, a volunteer from these very passionate people in the team, like very proactive. So I just gather like me and there's 6 of us composed of a committee, like a core. So I'm assigned to just talking to people. I'm just used to talking to people and be the the face of the team. And one is doing I gave the task of being the captain, and one is for doing all this attendance, and one is for fitness. So her homework is because she's already a very sporty person, doing yoga and really into a little bit of running. So it's like I think it's very motivating for her to show up to the team, and this is what we're gonna do. We do the stretching, we do the all this push up challenge. So they kind of challenge the team to do the push up and then all the squats. So they have the data. So, and then by the end of the month we have the who's doing well, who's doing it. Like we come into training site, so we have like $100 every end of the month, like $100. Who's the longest? Who will be the doing this the plank challenge? So who will be the longest there that's been planking? You get $100. So like the girls are kind of, okay, we're gonna do that.
Wow.
So it's a little reward, and then it's fun. So yeah.
So what's the record for the plank holder now? What's the
7 minutes.
7 minutes?
Yes. 7 minutes.
Doing plank at the gym yesterday, and at around 45 seconds, I'm like, I think maximum I can do 2 minutes.
I think the girls want the reward. It's just like something that
they want the $100.
So like we kind of, one of the girls said, okay, it's not just $100, so I will put up another 50, another another $20.
Oh.
So like putting money there, and it's just like, okay. It's a good challenge, but just I think for the girls, it's something that motivates them to. Then we started like the diet. The Filipino diet is a big no for dragon boating. You start, lessen up your sugar. We did it ourselves. Like, okay, if you want to be, if you want that to lose weight, you less carbs, less sugar, and no smoking, no, not much drinking, because we at first we just like having a good time. We drink, we eat on a Sunday, and that culture has changed when they join the team. So we kind of form or uh remake our own culture for the Dragon Boat team, which is not just paddling, but it's totally shape you for a better person, like something that I'm a member of
It's a whole lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle. Indeed, it is. So I'm happy that for the past 6 years we don't really been very competitive. We try our best, but it's still not good enough for one training a week. It's compared to like 3 teams that does 3 to 4 times a week training with lots of resources. We cannot really compete to them. But one thing that I am very proud of is that the girls had changed their lifestyle for the better. I think that's something is already a winning thing.
So it reminds me a little bit of slogan of your team, which really caught my eye when I started researching about the Filipino Dynamos. I was like, empowered will empowers. And it's like, oh, that's so sweet. It's like who came up with the slogan?
I did. Because I think I wasn't empowered before. I think it just started with trying to like just keep pushing our boundaries, keep pushing. Oh, I have very limited resources. I can't talk to people. Oh, I'm just a domestic helper. So I started, talking to myself like a domestic helper is just a job. I've removed the job. We're equal. So why am I very insecure? What's causing it? And then I started talking to a lot of people, and they're actually the discrimination put in the bin, because it doesn't really, well, there's always discrimination. You think, oh, I'm being discriminated because I'm a domestic helper. No, they don't really. Local people doesn't discriminate. I think when you talk to them, I think you just have to make the first move. Like say, hello, how can I help you? How, be confident that, they will reply. Either if they reply politely or rudely, up to them. It's up to them, not you. So I joined the hikes, and I joined local people hiking, and they're very, very caring, actually, very accommodating. So I keep telling the girls, just show up, make the first move. If people depends on their reaction, it's up to them. It's up to them. And yeah, it started from there. And then I realized every time I come home, like what have I done today? Whom I have been interacted with? What was the positive outcome and the negative one? So just like kind of assessing every day, every time, all the experiences, and kind of, okay, that's kind of empowering.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really change a girl's lives. That's really sweet.
That's really powerful. Liza, how about the age range on the team? What's the youngest and what's the oldest member of the Filipino Dynamo?
We have 60 years old, and she's
60 years old.
She's trail running. 60 years old, trail running as well. So she's kind of
a superwoman.
She's 60. I'm 54 in April. 54, yes. So I mean the youngest one is 32.
Can she keep up with the 60-year-old?
I don't know, but it's just like depends on. I think age doesn't matter as long as you keep moving. You need to be physically fit. I think fitness physically is the very important thing that as well contribute or make one factor of being old or age. Well, it's just a number. I don't believe depends on how you take care of yourself. I think there's no age limit to to things. We get there.
Totally agree with you there.
Yeah, do it like slowly. gracefully. That's what I told them. Ace gracefully. So I think sport is one of the things that makes you feel young and happy. Gives you a positive mindset.
Yeah, I think like in sport, it's one of those places that you don't care where you're from, you don't care what you do. We're just all there doing one thing, and that's all we care about. And that's great. Like that's beautiful, and it really helps. Like what you said, the girls just forget that's just a job. Forget about that. Like today, you're here, you're a Dragon Boat athlete. We're just here to race. No one cares where you're from.
Oh, one thing. There's one like when we race in Stanley, there's an employer who said like, can I get your contact because I want my helper to join the Dragon Boat team. And one of the help she actually joined the team. The next year we race in Stanley. She's racing against her lawyer's boat. So that was kind of fun. And then we realized, oh my,
Really?
like in dragon boating, there's no employer, there's no employee, all paddlers. And so that's kind of very motivating.
Who won? Was it the boss or the girl?
Of course, the boss, they have more training than us. They have all the resources to train 3 times, and they're allowed to. Oh well, she is allowed to join the training on weekdays because of course the boss knows, right? But for the rest of the team, we can only go out on a Sunday. So even if we wanted to train weekdays, we can't.
So are most of the employers very supportive of the helpers joining Dragon Boat team?
Some aren't. They're not very keen on the helper doing all these very strenuous sports activities because you feel it the next day. You race on a Sunday, of course, you're gonna be sore on Monday. You're gonna be like, even if you're sore, because this is what I want, right? I don't want my boss to feel like, oh, you're slow today. You shouldn't be slow today. Just like the usual work day. So I told him like stretch, take some Panadols, act as if it's not sore. Like, how are you today? Like, I'm good, ma'am.
I think it's the same for every job because I remember once my boss told me, I told my boss, I have a back pain. I can't stand for too long. I can't sit for too long. And then he gave me a side eye. He was like, yeah, that's from too much dragon boating, isn't it? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm good. It doesn't hurt anymore.
I can relate. I can't relate.
Where do you see your team going? Because you've been going now for 6 years. As you say, you only have limited time to train. How can you bring it, to a higher level of performance every year, every season?
That's our goal to be able. Our goal, 6 years now running, we found a stable sponsor. Only one sponsor. Because to sponsor our team, it's so difficult to find sponsors from our team because we're not very competitive. We can't give back as much trophy as we can from your sponsorship because we can only train on Sundays. There are limited things that we can give back in return. So one company sponsored us since the beginning, the second year. And then during COVID time, they still there until this day. So we decided, and they understand because the company also works for the domestic helper community. So the business is, helping out the community. So they have Filipino staff there that also into public relations and trying to build up the Filipino community. So they find that the Dragon Boat team, our team, represent the face of the domestic helper, the community, Filipino community in Hong Kong. They've always been proud of us. So they said, we want to adopt you. So for that reason, we will sponsor you. So we are a little bit more stable when it comes to sponsorship. We don't have to worry about a lot of money we need to spend personally. So I told team we have to focus on making it to the podium. If we cannot beat or we cannot be champion, at least we will be at the podium every races that we can. Try your best to be do the podium finish. I think that's very, very motivating for them. As long as they said we don't have to worry about spending so much money from our own expenses, then we will be fine. So our all one-time dream is to go back to the Philippines and race there at least once, to come home and race there either in Cebu or
Any particular rate you have in mind in the Philippines?
haven't been. We want to go to Boracay to race there.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Can I make you guys jealous? I think I'm going this year
Oh, I know.
Boracay to race.
I know. I know.
It's beautiful. It looks beautiful.
Maybe next year.
I can't wait. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. The problem with the race in Boracay is our job again, because not all can take a day off in one go, right? So depends on the employers. They have to plan a year ahead, or ask the employer if it can go. They usually race in April. So that's like a sort of, you have to plan. Either you spend 3 days in Boracay or 4 days. And the problem is also the cost. We don't want our paddlers to spend so much money from their own pocket. So we're trying to arrange if we can do it. Actually, if there's at least 10 women from our team, and we can find other contacts who want to just like support us and part of the, Filipino paddlers in the Philippines who, like, we know Cebu Pink paddlers. So the women who are breast cancer survivors, see, we used to help them when they come to Hong Kong and they lack of paddlers. We have the strong girls from our team who support them. Even the international races last year at the harbor, the Philippine team don't have enough people. So 2 of our teams paddle with them. So that's one thing that I'm be proud of. Like, okay, from scratch, we now being kind of asked to, paddle with the elite teams.
With the big
And
ones,
one of our
yes.
team as well, because she wants to be competitive, and she can be competitive not very strong in our team. She have 2 teams now. She joined one of the competitive team in Hong Kong, the Sea Gods. So she can paddle Sea Gods
who is that?
on the paddle Sea Gods during weekdays, and then paddle Sunday with us because it's her family. So she's like juggling her time, and she able to go to different international races, the Philippines, and the latest one is in Ravenna, Italy. So it's just, we have a paddler that's actually paddling with other teams. That's like,
Amazing.
I think I know who that is. I think I know who that
Gail.
is. I've had all the. Oh, let me have a chat with her.
What a small world.
I know.
It is.
Like, you always meet different kinds of people in dragon boating. That's the lovely thing about it.
Yeah.
I understand you're going on a hike today with the rest of the team.
Yes.
Where are you going?
I supposed to go to hike, but we have one event coming up on the February 2nd. So we got invited to do a video for a video production for the Green Earth. So we always have our team not just paddling, right? So we do beach cleanup. We give extra time to do one Sunday to do beach cleanup and do like trail cleanup, just to give back to Hong Kong and give back to the community and environment. So we got invited to do the cleanup in Lama. So they will do a video production for it for their website. So they asked our team to participate in it. So our team will do the beach cleanup. So I have to have a meeting with them at 11 a.m. So I kind of can't do the hike today. But then that's something that I want to do.
Ah, where are you cleaning? I live on Lama, so I might come to say hi.
Do you want to join us?
Go to all the beaches just to find you.
I will message you.
Yeah, we'll take a picture together, a selfie, and then send it to Adrian just to make him jealous.
Yeah, that's what we are busy with. Like, we have so many things to do in Hong Kong. So it's just a platform for us to showcase what we can do for ourselves, for the community, and for the environment. I think we're grateful for Hong Kong to have all these, sports that we can join in easily, accessibility and opportunity. So I think it's the best place.
Liza, it's truly inspirational what you're doing. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for speaking to us.
Yeah. Lovely having you.
Thank you for having us. Have a good day.
Ripples dance where the sunrise bleeds. Our journey flows where the river leads. Echoes of laughter fill the air. Chatterbox secrets everywhere.